Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to say, call halal YAHAWAH ba'ashim YAHAWASHI ba'ashim QADASH. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who taught us this truth in Ruwal. And shalom to the hopeful elect. YAHAWAH ba'ashim YAHAWASHI barakatam. It's the brother Kazaf from the Meneval 12 West Coast, coming back at it again with another lesson. All right, and the title of this lesson is going to be, Our Reasonable Service Will Come to a Glorious Conclusion. All right, and basically, man, this lesson is going to be dealing with how, us, the prophets, starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down, all right, we're not going to be out there in the highways and hedges forever, man. All right, we're not going to be, doing lessons on the internet forever, okay? Because we're at the time, all right, if you haven't been paying attention to everything that's been going on, we are at the time where YAHAWAH ba'ashim YAHAWASHI is beginning to visit the earth which he made. Okay, we're at the time where YAHAWAH ba'ashim YAHAWASHI is kicking things off into the next phase, which is Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, a time like never before, where we are going to have to rely on him, all right, to rely on our Heavenly Father, the Lord, all right, to deliver us out of said perils. Okay, that's the times that we're in right now, where everything's about to pop off, and it is evident. All right, it is evident. And guess what? I have to name the title as such because there will be rewards for our labor. All right, for our reasonable service, there will be rewards, and YAHAWAH ba'ashim YAHAWASHI will protect us. Okay, so to start off, we're going to go to the book of Romans, chapter 12 and 1. And it reads, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of YAHAWAH, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto YAHAWAH. All right, and that's what we've been doing. Going out through to the highways and hedges. All right, we are vulnerable to our adversaries, man. And that's what it is to make our bodies a living sacrifice. You could have, Esau, Edom roll on us, lock us up, consider us domestic terrorists, have us on, some black site. You just, let your imagination run wild when you consider the things that may happen to you when you out there in the highways and hedges, man. You know what I'm saying? But we're protected. All right, we're protected by YAHAWAH ba'ashim YAHAWASHI, and that's a test. That's a testament of faith right there. Being out there for all these years, you know what I'm saying, in the midst, in the belly of the beast, so to speak, prophesying against it, and we're still here. And guess what? We're not going to be here for much longer. Okay, we're not going to be out there for much longer, because like I said earlier, it's going to be phase 2. And the scriptures say, we're going to be as pilgrims. All right, we're going to have a whole different spirit, in next phase. Okay, so let's Salakia. Let's go into the book of Matthew, chapter 20. All right, now I know this is talking about, this is the parable of the owner of the vineyard, and how basically the message of this is not to be high-minded, because we're all joint heirs. All right, but this parable came to mind because it shows, the fact that our reasonable service isn't going to go on forever. All right, and there is going to be a time where our service will be concluded, and we will reap our reward. Okay, so the book of Matthew, chapter 20, verse 1. And it reads, For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard. All right, and when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard. Okay, now this is like the first hour. All right, you got brothers in this truth. Hey, the elders and apostles that are worthy of double honors, man. They've been at this thing since, decades, man. Very early into the truth. They've been laboring. They've been teaching. All right, and they've been how do I put it to you? Overseeing the ministry. In Great Millstone, which we're men of valor. But we teach the same doctrine. And it reads, and when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard. And the penny represents the reward, the crown. We're all working for a crown here, man. That's why this parable, the main message is not to get high-minded in this truth, but it's not to sway or go astray from the point at hand. All right, because we're gonna go into the different times of the laboring, so to speak. The different hours of the day, so to speak, which represent the different eras of this truth. All right, so verse 3, and he went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace. All right, so this is later on. He saw others standing idle. Other brothers got sealed, basically. All right, and he said unto them, go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right I will give you. And they went their way. Okay, and again he went out about the 6th and 9th hour and did likewise. So he went on later on, and you could you could see this as brothers that are newer in this truth, than brothers who are more seasoned, got decades in this truth, and did likewise. So hey, that represents the newer brothers coming in. All right, verse 6, and about the 11th hour, all right, hey, because you still have the elect being sealed right now. Okay, and that represents what I'm saying, the recent times. And about the 11th hour he went out and found others standing idle, and said unto them, why stand ye here all day idle, all the day idle? And they say unto him, because no man hath hired us. And he said unto them, go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, that ye shall receive. And what is right? The crown. All right, that's what we're all working for. All right, but the reason why this parable came to mind is because of the hours stated in the parable that represent the different eras of this knowledge, going back from Abba Bivens all the way till now, all the way till now. We at the 11th hour, and you still got brothers newly coming in, and they're gonna come in more and more and more, because all hell is about to get ready to break loose, man. All right, and guess what? The elect of them is gonna receive a crown. All right, so not to sway away from the actual topic, but that's the reward. Okay, and this parable, the main point of it is so that brothers don't get high-minded, when it comes to oh, I've been in the truth, and I deserve more than the next brother. He been in here for a year, and I've been in here for 10, 20 years, and I deserve more. It's not for us to think that way, because at the end of the day, we're all trying to be saved, man. We're in no place to be trying to boast in our righteousness when our righteousness are as filthy rags. All right, and we're just trying to be saved. We're trying to receive that crown and enjoy the kingdom of heaven, being the first ones in. But hey, man, it just goes to show you, man, like this with the 11th hour, from the first hour to the 11th hour, and what we're about to read right now, is going to show you that real soon, all right, this reasonable service is going to come to a glorious conclusion. All right, we're going to be delivered. Okay, so it reads, but when the first came, Salaki, let me see. Let me go to verse 9. Or matter of fact, I think I jumped up. Salakia. Yeah, I jumped up. Salakia. So verse 8. So when even was come, the Lord of the vineyard saith unto his steward, call the laborers and give them their hire, beginning and from the last unto the first. Okay, so from the last unto the first. All right, and when they came that were hired about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny. Okay, so he started with the ones that barely came in, He started with the ones that barely, you know, at this right hour came in. You know, verse 10. But when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more, and they likewise received every man a penny. You see? So hey man, that's talking about, you know, the first and the first one, the ones that came in the first hour, they agreed, man. You know, they know what this thing is about. You know, they agreed to how do I put it to you? You know, to work for a penny a day. You know, and that penny represents the crown. That's what we all agreed to. You know, salvation and the crown. You know. So it reads, but when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more. You see, then you know, that's being greedy. You know, that's being high-minded. You know, and they likewise received every man a penny. And when they had received it, they murmured against the good man of the house. All right, saying, these last have wrought but 1 hour, and thou hast made them equal unto us, which have borne the burden and heat of the day. You see? So, you know, they were, you know what I'm saying, they felt some type of way. All right? But like I said, you know, scriptures say that we're going to be joint heirs. Okay? And we can't, you know, put our righteousness up there, because our righteousness is as filthy rags, man. All right? Hey, we have lifetimes of wickedness that we have to account for. Put it to you like that. All right, lifetimes we lived back in our previous lives where we may have not known this truth, and we did, you know, wickedness, man. How about that? You know, so really, it makes sense that we all work for the same penny, which is salvation and the crown. All right. So it reads, which have borne the burden and heat of the day. But he answered one of them and said, friend, I do thee no wrong. Did not thou agree with me for a penny? Take that thine is and go thy way, and I will give unto this last, even unto thee. Is it not lawful for me to do what I will with mine own? Is thine eye an evil because I am good? Verse 16, so shall the last be first, and the first last, for many are called, but few are chosen. You see? So anyways, man, you know, I just thought I'd bring out, you know, this parable, because it tells you about the different hours of this truth, you know, the different eras of this truth. And we're approaching the time where, you know, the laboring is about to come to a glorious conclusion. All right, where we're going to be saved. All right, and before that, you know, it's going to be a time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, and guess what? We're going to be delivered out of it, and we're going to be giving praises and glory, because YAHAWASHI is going to be protecting us in that time. All right, and that's Lord willing, you know, we're of the elect. Okay, so let's go to the book of Revelations, chapter 7, you know, to further establish, you know, the point of the lesson. And it reads, and after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. All right, these winds represent destruction. Okay, and it reads, verse 2, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. All right. So that's talking about the elect. Okay. And this is one of the angels charging them. All right. Not to unleash all hell, you know, which that goes into the second death, you know, the ICBM thermonuclear missiles. All right. Going up to that, you know, until the elect be sealed. All right. So by the time, you know, Jacob's trouble comes to pass, it's going to be the famine of the word, man. You know, all that's going to take place in Jacob's trouble. A time like never before. It's going to further and further augment until the second death. You know, and by that time, hey, the people's going to receive the consolation. Okay? Everybody's going to receive the consolation. Whether it be to, you know, be delivered and saved, or whether it be to condemnation and destruction. You know, everybody's going to play out their role. All right, they're gonna play out their judgment. Okay, so it reads, and I heard the number of them which were sealed, and their number, so again, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. All right, so that's the 144,000 men. That's gonna, that's of the elect. All right, and that's who's gonna be sealed, man. Okay, so with that in mind, you know what I'm saying. What was gonna go with this? With that in mind, just bringing out, the point, the quick point where let me go back to it and hit that precept real quick. All right, verse 3, which is, the key point. So Revelation 7:3, and it reads, all right, this one angel, he's saying, heard not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, so we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. Okay, so hey, man, what's going on right now is basically, the elect coming into the truth. All right, the elect coming into the truth, and we're going to further, substantiate that. All right, and it reads, the gospel. Let me see. There we go. All right, and these are the times that we're in. Okay, Matthew chapter 24, verse 14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. You see? Because why? Because this whole world is receiving their judgment. All right? You see, this is how powerful and beautiful, and it's just, just words can't describe. You know what I'm saying? This is how spectacular YAHAWASHI is, because we're out there. We're not just serving, one purpose, to curse out the so-called white man all day long. And no, we're there to serve many purposes, man. All right. On one hand, yes, we are cursing out the wicked. All right. We are showing them their judgment. We are telling them what's going to happen to them. We are telling them what's going to happen to their kingdoms, and not just the wicked, but these other nations too, how their kingdoms are going to go down. All right. But on the other hand, we're telling our people to repent, to come back to YAHAWASHI, because he's about to roll on our enemies. All right. So it's going to be a time when the herald has to go back to his home. All right. Because the news is taking place. It has to be. It's going to be a time when the watchman has to go to his post, or I don't want to say go to his post, but it's going to be a time when the watchman has to be relieved from his post, because the battle is already taking place. That's a better, analogy. That's just what it is, man, and that's what's about to happen. All right, and guess what? The gospel is being preached throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, got brothers all upon this side of that world. The Western Hemisphere, North America, South America, Central America. You got brothers in Europe, from England to Italy, and now you have brothers resurfacing in. I don't want to say resurfacing, but now you have brothers surfacing in the Middle East, Arabia. Hey, the prophecies are manifesting. They're coming to life. All right, and that's how we know that we are at the end. All right, that's how we know. And in the same chapter, it talks about the signs that we're gonna see, and how they are the beginnings of sorrows. There it is, verse 8. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. I'm not gonna get into the other signs, for the sake of the lesson. But it's just to show brothers that, we're not gonna be out here forever, man. We're already worn out. All right. If I'm worn out and I'm 24, not to put my business out there like that, imagine the elders and apostles, man. Imagine brothers that got decades in this thing. 10 years plus, 20 years possibly. Imagine them. So, hey, with that, I'm gonna touch our closing precept. The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15. verse 58. All right. And you know what? I'm going to start at verse 57. And it reads, but thanks be to Yahawah, which giveth us the victory through our Lord Hamashiach YAHAWASHI. Therefore, my brethren, it's like my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of Yahweh B'Hashem YAHAWASHI. Okay? For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in Yahweh B'Hashem YAHAWASHI. All right? Our labors is not in vain, man. All right? And this, like again, I got to repeat the title. This reasonable service, our reasonable service, will come to a glorious conclusion. All right? Because after this service, after any service, all right, you got to think about it like this, man. You go to a mechanic, he fixes your car. That's a service. And after he fixes your car, after he completes his service, he expects a reward. So you pay the mechanic. That's his reward. Same thing with us. We go out there, we prophesy, we do the lessons, and we sincerely do these lessons too, man. We're not just, doing them, because of the rewards. No, this is our lot. This is our life, But hey, man, Yahweh B'Hashem YAHAWASHI is a perfect power, and he's going to give us our reward, and it's going to be glorious. Okay? It's going to be glorious, man. All right, Lord willing, we're of the elect, and we endure to the end, and we fulfill everything that, this precept says, being steadfast, being unmovable, and always abounding in the work of Yahweh B'Hashem YAHAWASHI. Having this motivation, our labors will not be in vain. We'll have glory, we'll have power, we'll have dominion, as it is written in the book of Revelations chapter 2, in the latter chapters. He that endureth to the end, to him will I give power over the nations, roughly paraphrasing. All right, so with that, I'm going to say, Call halal Yahawah B'Hashem YAHAWASHI, B'Hashem RAWCHAA QADASH. Forgive me the spirit to do this lesson. All right, Lord willing, it was edifying. And, hopefully, I didn't ramble too much and, brothers understood. All right, but with that, I'm going to say Shalom.